1-2-3 formation from the Crested Cranes of Uganda. When you talk about Margaret Namirimu, the Kampala FC and Kinawa resident star, who is definitely looking to have an opportunity and some bit of authority at the back. Just wondering how she'll be able to handle the pressure that's going to come in from the Moroccans tonight. Fazila Waput, Lady Doves Women's Football Club, she was the gem scorer in the league in Uganda, and so we're going to start with a lot of work on the right-hand side. And I did see the runs there from the Moroccans in the first game, where they had to exert a lot of energy into the play. They didn't quite have themselves any trouble at all in terms of dealing with the back line. So you still have them intact with Chad and Barabi in there, together with Boudoir playing as the right full back. So well set by Chad. And a moment kick there for them to always do they expect them to win the ballsy, try to get some bit of opportunity. This time it's been cleared. Finally, it's been done well.
Hassani showing great pace in these early stages of the game, and I think Morocco will look up to her to make sure that she gives them the necessary crosses for Yana to feed off.
That's where they get a lot of support there from the captain, who did score a brilliant goal there, Chibak. Though it wasn't a shot that normally should threaten the goalkeeper, but it did threaten the goalkeeper there in charge for the game against Burkina Faso. We'll talk about the captain for the Moroccan side, Chibak. Football runs in the family. She is a daughter of a former Moroccan international, Labi Chibak. She scored a hat-trick for Mauritania in the 2020 UNAF Women's Tournament. That was the first international goal, came against Ivory Coast in the 2018 WAFCON qualifiers. She is inspired by Morocco to North Africa's 2020 UNAF Women's competition as well, as a trial against Tunisia. She scored 4 times. So not surprised that she was able to score the first game against Burkina Faso, the captain for the side. And it says Islan Chibak.
Chibak has really been solid in that heart of midfield, making sure that she just releases the pressure in that central midfield. Rotating play, ball retention as well, but also a set-piece specialist, which I think she has shown great quality in that area.
Pressure down there, measures to get the team going forward, and we spoke about the qualities and the strength there from the Moroccans in today's game. On the first match of the AFCON competition, Moroccans expected to qualify for this group and make it to the next round. Expecting to see quality that will be coming in from the fans as well, and in terms of the support that they'll be giving them.
Yeah, no, for sure, and I think that international experience always counts at this level of the tournament. They're hoping to just bring the intensity, but also the tactical awareness that we need in this game. And obviously, both teams really want to hang on to the ball. They are ball orientated. They want to build from the back.
This is the Crested Cranes trying to weave the way into the middle side of the pitch, and of course moving forwards, and the ball to the left-hand side, and expecting some huge runs coming in. Good one. Serayani keeping the ball neat and simple. Cuts Chibak, the captain, on here. He's trying to get the to play here. Good one, trying to take on Crested Cranes. and Grimu slotted in. She actually had to stop away and couldn't really move forward until the tackle had to come in for Mbeye.
A great run from Redwane, just making sure that she is also part of the action in the build-up. It's very rare that we see, full backs trying to have a positive contribution, and I think this is a great start for Morocco.
We try to get the balls into positive areas. Get a centre back in charge, El Chan here, trying to get the attention of the goalkeeper. They role in the game on lovely ball here. Just going to get to the centre forward, the Tottenham Hotspur Reading-born striker, Brazila Yani. She scored a brace against Ghana in a 2-0 win. It was a friendly game against the Black Queens of Ghana. She's a former Chelsea player. Has some low play as well. Meantime, they move forward again, the Moroccans, and the best of balls into the box. And Mbeye once again comes in to tidy things up for the Crested Cranes. Quality passes there coming through from Morocco. Want to get the first goal going forward. Chad now trying to mop things up at the back.
Tangnut just making sure that she bursts down that flank with her speed, but also great technique and skill. She was really trying to get that cut back from the midfielders who are oncoming, but of course I think it was just Ayana who was just in the box alone. But you would want to see the likes of Amani coming in with those late runs to support.
Talk about the experience of the attacking player from Morocco. Ayani really has had some spells with Bristol City and Everton. The last time she played was the game and the win against Ghana. Famously scoring her first goal in her first minutes of her first appearance for Morocco, the 3-0 win over Mali in June 2021. Now she also played in the UEFA Women's Champions League while at Chelsea, and again at the Cyprus club, Napoleon. Limassol won the 2015 Women's Super League and the 2014-2015 FA Women's Cup while at Chelsea. And so Ayani's got a lot of experience under her belt, and so she brings on board those one, and you can see how she run deep into the defensive line to win balls there for Morocco.
I think it's always important for a striker to be aware of where she is on the park, trying to link play between the midfield and obviously the strikers, but moving out of position to create more spaces for the teammates is also just as important.
Good control, Najema here for the Crested Cranes, looking to work the ball with the left foot, couldn't quite get to it. Now you do have quality work there coming through from Morocco as well. They'll have to lose possession in midfield. Just couldn't quite deal with the situation. Seeing some runs on the left side of attack there by Fatima Tagnut. She's got some power on the left foot. Session set piece takers for the Moroccans, and so that's the foul there.
Nabire just drawing a foul then. I think she's going to be very critical for Uganda this evening, just in terms of breaking down the play in midfield. And that is the threat that Morocco will impose, but she's done exceptionally well to anchor that midfield.
Interesting, the decision by the coach to have Sani start today's game. Samaya Sani was born in Amsterdam, started her career with Alkmaar in the Netherlands as well.
More than anything, it's always just a tactical approach, because you see already with the intentions of her speed is that the coach really wants to make sure that the fullbacks are pinned back onto the wall and that they don't have much leeway.
Here comes Ayani. Decision to send the ball back whilst the likes of Sani and Tagnut were waiting to pass when they lose balls there, and so we deal with the ball there, and so that's the Aston player, Fatima Tagnut. It's interesting when Chibaka was able to take the set piece. We know the Moroccans believe that Tagnut is the set piece specialist in the team, but eventually the captain who took it and got a goal for them.
Yeah, and that's why I think she has a very sweet right foot. Even the corner kicks, she's the one that normally takes the corner kicks. I think she's just that talented player. Obviously, I guess it runs in the family, but she's really taken charge of this midfield, and she's shown glimpses of commanding and being in that engine room.
High and not really so much into the defeat to Senegal. Talk about the mistakes committed. They want to improve and make sure they get better against Morocco. Back straight to the far side. Again, Wassani was able to get to her as well. Back again, trying to spray the passes onto the right wing and also get the team to accelerate when they move forward. And here comes Ayani, the attacking back. Ayani goes to ground. The decision for Egunam, and the father goes for a corner kick.
Great build up there from the midfield, especially from the captain, who we did highlight that she always takes the congestion out of the areas. She does really well to rotate the ball, but here again, very, very suspicious. A close call for the referee, but she does not even consider VAR at this point.
So now the experience of the 40-year-old Togolese official, Egunam charge of the game, and she's seen plenty of such moves there from players, and she knows exactly which one she would have to call for a penalty, otherwise it's a corner kick. So there you see the sweet slick passing play there from the Moroccans, and then to Ayani here. That is the makeshift centre back, Nabi Rimu. Well, she's going to check the VAR and come back and take a decision. I tell you what, much tricky there, but eventually Essentia Enyonam Amadume from Togo decides to have a second look at it.
Very close call indeed. Worthy match of VAR review. Hopefully we get something out of it.
We did see the same review that came in the game between Burkina Faso and Senegal. Eventually get the penalty Senegal for them to score the 18 minutes.
Very similar situation as well, Ben. Defenders always find it very tough when the striker's in the box. One slightest touch from behind will be given an advantage.
We're going to talk about the right leg, but she's in the makeshift decision, but we have some position for her as a centre-back. She's played the first game in this particular competition. I know the pressure that was going to be played on her in terms of the speed, the attacking prowess that the Moroccans will be given into this game. And what you see, play tackle. Again, it's a hard call for the right foot, but it's necessary for right foot. There's the shot in the ball. Should have given it the right side. Made a decision here, so Amadume goes into the field there, what's the decision coming through from the Togolese official, and she blows it. And what is she saying? And she says the penalty.
Worthy match of a penalty. Ayana did really well, extremely well, just dropping the shoulder to change position, just to draw that foul. Morocco to an advantage.
There will be a lot of questions about the decision by Lutalo to start Namirimu and Nambuko at the back. They are playing as centre-backs for the first time, and I'm not sure again if it's going to really give them an opportunity. So that is England-based centre-forward Ayani, who is ready to take this particular penalty there for the Atlas Lionesses of Morocco.
Interesting to note though, Uganda goalkeeper Arturo, in the qualifying stages, when the team went to penalties, she saved a couple.
Well, so it is Ayani's first goal of the competition. She makes it pretty simple for Morocco, and the smiles clearly tells you what this means to them. The Atlas Lionesses certainly will continue to play their role in this competition. She scored against Mali, she scored against Ghana, and now she's scored against Uganda.
A sense of relief for Ayana, who gets her first goal of the tournament, but a bigger and greater relief for Morocco to be able to get one goal at this point in time, considering that Senegal won their previous match.
Yeah, Yeah, Senegal did win by a goal to nil. So the host nation leading by a goal, scored there by the top player, Zela Ayani.
Great start from the Moroccans, making sure that they get much needed goal in the first 15 minutes of the game.
Pretty much important for them, but they're not seeing a lot of a rush there from the chairman. But we did also see quality work there from Viola Nambi in the first game, but she's sitting on the bench today. So the attacking prowess there from the likes of Najema and Kifumbi. She's been pretty quiet in today's game as well, together with Ekwa Put. They play to the ball to them.
And if there's one thing I can reassure you, in their opening match, Uganda, that is, in the second half, they were able to fight back, and I think this match won't be any different, and therefore Morocco shouldn't rely on just that comfort of that one goal, because the ability of the Uganda to come back is quite incredible.
Good control and good pass now to Ridwani on their left-hand side. Rescue for Uganda. You have the likes of Fatima Taknoud on the left-hand side trying to operate. You know she's able to get things done. And she gets the support there from the left full back. It's been a good job there from Zinaba Ridwani, also playing a club football for Asfa.
She does really well to assist in defense, making sure that the likes of Njamba don't get that much space to run onto.
It's a foul. Given. Do you disagree with the referee on that throw from the Togolese official? Here's Najema, who's to ground, and she was looking to run a child up there. Will the step over? I'm not too sure again what the tackle was all about. Well, the fans will be excited about their team's performance, and the scoreline here for the Moroccans. This year, 40,000 fans in the stands to watch, and of course Ayani was able to convert expertly for the Moroccans, getting applauded from the fans of watching this game. They will be definitely excited that the team has made progress. It'll be a historic moment for them if they're able to progress to the next stage of the competition. The very first tournament here at home, and the investment obviously being put into this development of women's football in Morocco is yielding some positive results there, but Arturo did her best to get the team moving forward, and she also echoed the sentiment of the team. And I'm president of CAF was watching. At least the Nigerian side, they played the first game and lost to South Africa. I'm sure there will be some talking to be done about the team's progress in the competition, and I'm really excited about that.
Oh, of course, yes. Banyana, at this time we call them the life of the party.
Set piece here for the Crested Cranes. Montale behind it as well. It's going to be a right-footed ball into the box and be sent to the far post again. It's been cleared away by the centre forward. Again, this Crested Cranes were trying to push forward. Finally, we didn't get to see somewhere there by she starts in the game today. Remember, she came on the second half and got to distribute some balls and created some chances there for the Crested Cranes, and now she starts in today's game. That's a piece there for the team. He executed by Luja. Talking to be done in the box there, but he's Togolese official trying to have some words there. That catch and really being talked to by the Togolese official. Meantime, it's a corner kick there for the Crested Cranes. They're still attacking and hoping one of these balls can land the back of the net. Has been launched back, not too far away. Struggling to get the balls out of the most important areas again. It's been hit wide.
A well taken corner kick. But yet again, Uganda really failed to maximize on that opportunity.
For the left back, Manchale with that effort. The atmosphere in the first game for the home side was electrified. At least they had massive support with free tickets, and had a lot of fans coming to watch this game. Oh, Tagno will pick this one up, and Tagno just nudging forward, cutting the ball back again. Chebak. Was in possession. Mani doing so well. Chebak here.
Morocco dominating much of the ball possession at this point in time as they look to rotate the ball perfectly.
It's Sani in the 18-yard box, dragging it to the inside again. Tagno was late again. It was a rush ball into the box there. I thought she could just do something spectacular. Sani.
Both Hassani and Tangnut make great runs on the flanks, but they're always looking for that midfielders to come on board as well. Ayane is isolated obviously as a striker amongst 4 defenders, but if it is that midfield can get a bit closer, because they're already anticipating the cutback, to get a bit closer, get the shots on target. Really making sure this time around that she clears her lines. She reads the game very well and hoping that she can combine with the back 4 just to really try and deny the scoring opportunities from Morocco.
Morocco lead by a goal to nil, and there's been advancing some quality performance here in this game. They've seen plenty of the balls in the attacking half of the position. Uganda, and again Tagno wins it. Ayane has been given a chance to go forward. 66% of the balls have been pushed through on the left wing, where Tagno has been operating and trying to get the ball straight to Ayane, who is operating in the middle. Just a little about 22% of those balls were going through the right wing there, where Hassani is operating. I see a little of those therefore they're coming through from the crested cranes, and what a lovely ball here. And they will have a chance to see if they can get the equalizing goal. And selfishly it's been pushed away. Again, you can see the chairman complaining bitterly about the efforts missed by Equiput. And so Equiput, joint top scorer in the Uganda league with 16 goals as well. Also scored 6 goals in the CAF competition. But I thought she could once again locate the attacking players there. Later pass to them. Ridwani here for Morocco. Mani, who's in possession. Ridwani again, mixing it back. Talked about how they operate on the left wing with the balls. Taknout turns well. Chebak here for Morocco. The Chad. The German bit into it. The catch is working hard in midfield as well. And this time it is the Atlas Lionesses who are dictating the pace. We've We've seen 58% of the balls on the right wing there for the Atlas, the Crested Cranes, where Najema has been operating, but not seen a lot of quality deliveries into the box. Though she's seen plenty of the balls on the right wing as well.
I think it's still a very tightly contested match, especially for ball possession. But the likes of Nabire in that central midfield, Maluja as well, showing some great physicality and really trying to dominate as well. I think as soon as they can find ways to get the pressure off themselves, a well-floated ball obviously to Ikwaput, were just signs that they have the ability to get behind that last line of defense of Morocco.
67 possession for the Moroccans in the game, 32. While the Crested Cranes, meantime, they do have this ball into the Moroccan half. Yani drops it down quite well, and there's Samani, Ridwani. Quality work, quality pass, excellent run, and Ayani is looking to pick Asani in the box. Namirumu gets it away for the Crested Cranes. You can talk about the sweetness in their passing.
Morocco are showing such great angles in which they try to get that ball possession, moving out and shifting play from one side to the other. But Ayana really doing well in terms of dropping into that midfield to create the spaces for Amani to run into. But yet again, that final pass in the final third is just not communicated.
Najema's ball well cut out by Charge. The confidence with which they control the ball alone is quite exquisite there of the Atlas Lionesses. Slick display there from the right winger there, for the left wing I should say, for the Moroccans. And so look at that control again from Asani, Samai Asani. That's the reason why she's starting the game, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I'm just hoping that she can see much of the ball possession as players just focused more on this left side where Tagnut is at. But I think as soon as Chibak can get the ball, she can be able to turn over the possession.
Najema here. Ikwaput is the target. She loses it. And it's going to be the Moroccans looking to have Samaya Sani. Turns well and getting the balls into some danger zones and making sure that they still start the attack pretty well. Brilliant moment there for the Moroccans. Brilliant moment for them. They have controlled the game well. They did so. 75 minutes of total control and dominance in the first game. What a technical talent of the Moroccans was on show in that game, and they dictated play, and the same technical talent is showing here. Talked about Rosella Ayani up front, and she's always very mobile, and how she drops deeper to allow overlaps into some balls here. Oh, Arturo doing so well to get the ball away. Well, Kivumbi has been left wandering all alone up front. She seemed to be in a wonderland and looking for some communication out there with the attacking midfielders. She really hasn't been able to see that, and so creating some difficult moment for her. She's been sandwiched by the centre-backs of Morocco. Another aerial ball dealt with. Attack note here. Gets a return by Chibak on the left wing. And again, Ayani should be the target here. Ball clearly taken away, and it's going to be Akibuka trying to take the pressure of the centre-backs of the Crested Cranes. It's been a quality display there for the Moroccans from your perspective as well.
No, absolutely. I think the only thing that's missing now is just for someone to notice that Hassan is always free down on that right side, just because it's just so congested on this left side. I understand there's a lot of creativity and movement, and it's working out for them, but they should just go for the blind side as well.
It indicates how the Crested Cranes need to fight to get positive results. Well, technically, it depends on what happens in the final game. They're down by a goal to nil, but still fighting and hoping at least they can get a goal in this game. And there's going to be a foul there. It's Aluja. It's been given a real opportunity here. So you can see the footwork there for Aluja. Push the team up front.
She's been really fantastic in that midfield, just showing great signs of composure, the ability to get on the one-on-ones. It's important for them to draw those much important set pieces in critical areas of the pitch.
You expect that to come from the team. It's still not over yet for them. They'll continue to fight and see if they'll be able to produce some stellar performances in the game. A lot of talking to be done in this game and see what this set piece will be producing. You're in the box waiting. The ball whipped in from the left foot or the right foot, but it's certainly going to be a left foot into the goal! What a goal! Oh my word! That is stunning! I can't believe this.
A well-taken set piece, leaving the Moroccans all stunned. I don't think anyone expected that they would go direct, but obviously the goalkeeper was even expecting it. And this is the fighting power that Uganda have shown ever since they started in this tournament.
That is amazing strike there from the left full back. You could actually see this. Well bent to the top corner. And Uganda still fighting, and they are in a game. What a strike. This is certainly a goal of the tournament contender. Disappointment it is there from the goalkeeper for Morocco. Kumantale, what a strike. She just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it myself.
I think that was a perfect strike that left everyone in the stadium absolutely stunned. And not just that, the net is rippled.
Yeah. And so 18 years, Sumaya Kumantale gets a goal, a brilliant goal, the first goal for the Crested Cranes of Uganda. And how did she do that? She just did that exquisitely. Plays a club football for Toro Queens and resides in Fort Portal in Uganda. But this will be a goal to be celebrated by the residents of Fort Portal in Uganda. They have to celebrate this goal. It's an amazing one in this competition. 80 years, and she's already setting some beautiful records in this competition.
Very well executed. Very, very well executed. I don't think any of us expected it. It looked like it was going to be an in-swing to try and locate the teammates.
Well, she did find a way of dealing with the situation. I'm just surprised about how she was able to bend the ball to the near post. The goalkeeper was just definitely in the same position, but again, what decision is happening and what's going on? Well, are they saying something else? A goal scored by the Crested Cranes, and already the net has a problem. There by Sumaya. Great goal. Just couldn't find a word to describe that strike because it just took everybody by surprise how she was able to bend that ball in.
Very well lifted, very well floated ball into the back of the net, but also just the weight of how she kicked it, the weight of the pass. I thought that was enough just to cushion it into the back of the net. And like I said, I don't think the goalkeeper expected it.
Nobody in the box expected it as well. Rippled the net with that strike. The only goal there by Uganda in the competition. And it's been sensationally dispatched on there by Sumaya Kumatele. But I tell you what, the fans will be here to support Uganda, to see them through. I told you the team has been spiritually invoked by the first team that qualified in the competition back then in the year 2000 in South Africa. They have supported these girls and given their all into the team. The likes of Aisha, Sonko, Sylvia, Nagawa, Doreen, Apollo, Agnes, Yamata, Majeda, Natanda, Rubina, Nakitu, Tuma, Manashe, Rebecca, Nakate, Annette, Nakibungwe, and Richo Mabeye, not forgetting Olivia Mbekeka and Fatuma, where all of them said this team certainly made them proud, and look at that. And so how well did they make them proud by scoring an amazing goal, an excellent goal in this competition. And I tell you what, Uganda have shown the positivity that they need in this competition. They may have just gone down from the spots, but they picked the pieces together and still rallied. They were not overawed by the runs of the Moroccans. They still needed to believe in themselves that they could do something, and now they have an excellent goal to show for it. Tell you what, that goal certainly will be counted for something bigger in this competition.
Oh no, absolutely, especially this group, as things seem to be very tight at this point in time. But Benjamin, we've been absolutely entertained, thoroughly entertained. The two teams that are really having a go at each other, dominating ball position in certain areas, but maximizing on the opportunities they've created.
Game restarted here. And, it's game on. It's a wake-up call there for the Moroccans. They've seen some quality display. They're really pretty patterns, having some sleep football. But again, it's the final delivery sometimes. Vidoliat and Yanni's been working pretty hard, and this is going to be a real motivation there for the Crested Cranes as they surge forward here. Kipungu there giving the ball away. It's been done.
Kivumbu hasn't been engaged quite often enough for her to be part of the action as she loses out in the touch.
First yellow card in the game into the right back for the Crested Cranes.
Akibuka just starts up on that tackle, and of course the referee gives her a caution.
Yeah. We're talking about the biggest threat to Uganda. It's going to be Fatima Boots. Plays for AS player. She was a constant threat against Burkina Faso, drifting inside into the left foot as well. She could make something out, assessing the goals as well.
She's definitely one of the key players who gives you a bit of creativity and a bit of individual brilliance.
Two games, the Crested Cranes have conceded 3 goals, scored 1. This is the first goal conceded there by the Moroccans in 2 games played. The sun being picked up here, quality pass there from the centre forward. Again, another clumsy tackle, another yellow card again. In the space of just about a minute or 2. And then he goes to the left back, the goal scorer itself. Painful it is.
Starts up yet again. Could be very dangerous, but of course Hassani just is able to maneuver around it. As short as she is, she was able just to miss that tackle, otherwise it would have been quite dangerous.
Just a minute, the full-backs of the Crested Cranes have been booked. The right full-back and the left full-back. Says a super set piece take up as the captain, and she decides to let herself with this one. again, decision against the Crested Cranes.
It's quite surprising how the referee gave that to Morocco. I thought that would go for Uganda.
I'm surprised as well. Foot on the face of the goal scorer, Sumaya Montale. Oh, thinking time there for the Atlas Lioness as they were hoping to treat their fans to rains of goals here, but that's not a story. They have been paid back by the excellent goal there from the Crested Cranes. Again, the storyline indicating that they have some issues to deal with at the back there, and sometimes we're surprised that she had to concede that particular goal there, the Moroccan goalkeeper, Dija. Pushing back will be positioning as we get closer to the half-time. Find a way to calm things at the back, and she did indicate to the fans of what they need to do in this competition and how they have to dust themselves up. It's going to be a concern now to Moroccan coach. Here's Najemba. Not seen plenty of rounds on the flanks, have you?
It's been a bit difficult for Uganda on this right wing when Najemba is operating. Simple reason because they haven't really had much of the ball possession, and therefore their midfield cannot give them the necessary supply. But two, they cannot expose then the spaces behind the Moroccan defense.
See the runs from the left back, Sumaya. She tries to move back forward, release the attacking players, try to push forward. Position play there, slightly more to the left-hand side of attack, and you have Tackle also moving to the right-hand side, and that's the switch of play by the wingers of the Moroccans. Trying to find a way in some space. It runs up front,
which is absolutely necessary for those two midfielders, especially for Hassan. I think now that she's moved to the left wing, she can be able to be part of the play. But it seems like play keeps gravitating towards Tangnut, who has been the live wire for Morocco.
Quality work here. Now, with a turnover. Tackles here, Fatima. Nice squeeze in. Priscilla Yani drifting the ball to the left-hand side, was picking up Sani. Conceding what Pons was able to calm things down. It is our chance. Collected there for Morocco. She drops it again. There's the Crested Cranes who are just giving the balls away clumsily and allowing the Moroccans to pick the pieces together, and Gifted again giving with a chance to go forward. There for the Crested Cranes to try this one. That is hit wide. Najemba couldn't sort her feet out when the ball came in.
This is a lot better from Uganda. This is what you want to see. They're getting a bit closer to each other, getting those 1-2s inside the box, those combination play. But certainly you have to get the ball on target.
Now to Najemba. Seen some amazing runs from there in the first game, but seems to be missing in this game because they've been pushed back by the Moroccans, especially the wing players. Yani, team. Mani losing the ball. Aluja. Oh, this could be an opportunity for the crested queen, Najema, and she blasts wide.
Aluja yet again coming through with those key passes into the final third to set free Najema, who shows what she's made of, the pace that she's using in that last line of defense, but just dragging her shot wide. I guess mostly it was because of that acute angle, but this is where you want to see the likes of Kivumbu coming in, Ikoputi as well coming in, just to make sure that they try to get to the end of that shot. The Moroccans certainly have to be mindful of the speed that Najemba possesses, but also the creativity that Naluja seems to be showing inside that midfield.
They have a lot more to show for that, and how really we see the attacking play in the Moroccans. They seem to have lifted their foot off the accelerator a little bit and allow the crested craze runner to take the game straight to them. Trying to find some moments midfield. Sani now to leave Ridwana to deal with this ball here. The right full-back who's really been involved in the attacking play to back, distributing the ball so well. And Sani has been picked up here on the left wing. She couldn't quite get to it. Whipping their way through. Sometimes that's it so easily as Japan releases Rizila Nyani on the right hand side, and she still hit the ball to the body of the right the centre back, Namirumu. It's an interesting the makeshift centre back position they're giving to Namirumu, and she's been able to hold it down, except to say that she was a little bit nervous in the first 5 minutes of the game, but she's been able to pick the pieces up, and now blocking was one of the dangerous balls there from the Moroccans. Now it's a corner kick being taken there. Arturo comes out, she's been able to pound the ball just very much into safety for the side to continue with the attacking play. Najemba here, and now the confidence of Najemba is back, and she's been able to take on some players. Meantime, Amani here for Morocco. So it's about the 1-2. Zasani trying to pick up Zilayani. Kivumbi. Now Watebe. Again, the passive play from the Crescent Cranes has been continued. And again, a talking point about Watebe when she played a part in the second half, at least when she came on as a substitute in the defeat to Senegal. She was able to square the passes to right and left hand side, at least releasing the attacking players of the Crescent Cranes. And did see some moments where almost everybody thought they were going to get a goal against Senegal until the Senegalese had different ideas by getting the second goal in time. And it's going to be like if you got the right full back, captain of most of the suppliers going through the centre forward of Morocco with one here. Decision in favour of the Atlas Lionesses. A positive spill there by George Lutalo, the Crescent Cranes coach. Decision he had to make. Interesting how the response really is coming there from the players of the Crescent Cranes. It's about the confidence and the support system available by the coach to the players. Could have been a very disappointing way of getting them, because losing the first game in the competition, just making a second appearance, it was expected maybe to have a weight on the players, but now they've been able to pick up and now taking the game to the host nation, looking at the support that's available by the fans who are watching this game.
In his post-match, he did promise us that he's definitely going to fight with everything he has, and I think the girls are just really responding to his energy. obviously because he believes in their qualities, I think, as a group, but also knows that he's assembled a squad with individual brilliance within the structure, and I think therefore he does certainly believe that his team can fight for it.
So that's a major question for Selma Amani, the Saint Malo France Ace player, which was born in Rabat, the former French youth international. And so he has the first 45 minutes. It's been an exciting day in the office there for George Lutalo, whose side were able to respond quite well against the Moroccans. And so the halftime score remains Uganda 1, Morocco 1.
Risk everything, fear nothing, no regrets. Play hard or don't play.
Much of the ball possession to the likes of Amani, but also Tangut, who is one of the creative players for Morocco. Hopefully, Ayana can get on the score sheet this evening.
Fazila Waput, Lady Doves Women's Football Club, she was the gem scorer in the league in Uganda, and so we're going to start with a lot of work on the right-hand side. And I did see the runs there from the Moroccans in the first game, where they had to exert a lot of energy into the play. They didn't quite have themselves any trouble at all in terms of dealing with the back line So you still have them intact with Chad and Marabi in there, together with Gudwan playing as the right full back. So well set by Chad. The women kick there for them to always to get some bit of opportunity. This time it's been cleared. Finally, it's been done well.
Hassani showing great pace in these early stages of the game. And I think Morocco will look up to her to make sure that she gives them the necessary crosses for Ayana to feed off.
That's where they get a lot of support there from the captain, who did score a brilliant goal there. Chibak, though it wasn't a shot that normally should threaten the goalkeeper, but it did threaten the goalkeeper there in charge for the game against Burkina Faso. Chibak again, trying to spray the passes onto the right wing and also get the team to accelerate when they move forward. And here comes Ayani, is attacking there. Ayani goes to ground, looking for the decision for Edwinam, and the rather she goes for a corner kick.
Great build up there from the midfield, especially from the captain, who we did highlight that she always takes the congestion out of the areas. She does really well to rotate the ball, but here again, very, very suspicious. A close call for the referee, but she does not even consider VAR at this point.
So now the experience of the 40-year-old Togolese official, Edwinam Amadouben, in charge of the game, and she's seen plenty of such moves there from players, and she knows exactly which one she would have to call for a penalty, otherwise it's a corner kick. So there you see the sweet slick passing play there from the Moroccans, and then to Ayani here. That is the makeshift centre back. That being Green. Well, she's going to check the VAR and come back and take a decision. I tell you what, looked pretty much tricky there, but eventually Essentia Enyonam Amadoume from Togo decides to have a second look at it.
Very close call indeed. Worthy match of VAR review. Hopefully we get something out of it.
We did see the same review that came in the game between Burkina Faso and Senegal. Eventually get the penalty to Senegal for them to score the 18 minutes.
Very similar situation as well, Ben. Defenders always find it very tough when the strikers in the box. One slightest touch from behind will be given an advantage.
We're going to talk about the right leg, but she's in the makeshift decision, hoping that's a position for her as a centre back. She's played the first game in this particular competition. I know the pressure that was going to be played on her in terms of the speed, the attacking prowess that the Moroccans will be given into this game. And I think Tanya, what you see, play tackle, again, it's a hard call with the right foot, but it's necessary to right foot. There's the shot in the ball. Should have given it a right side. Made a decision here, so Amadoume goes into the field there. What's the decision coming from the Togolese official? And she blows it. And what is she saying? And she says the penalty.
Worthy match of a penalty. Ayana did really well, extremely well, just dropping the shoulder to change position, just to draw that foul. Morocco to an advantage. Interesting to note though, Uganda goalkeeper Arturo, in the qualifying stages, when the team went to penalties, she saved a couple.
Well, so it is Ayana's first goal of the competition. She makes it pretty simple for Morocco, and the smiles clearly tells you what this means to them. The Atlas Lionesses certainly will continue to play their role in this competition. She scored against Mali, she scored against Ghana, and now she's scored against Uganda.
A sense of relief for Ayana, who gets her first goal of the tournament, but a bigger and greater relief for Morocco to be able to get one goal at this point in time, considering that Senegal won their previous match.
Yeah, Senegal did win by a goal to nil. They're down by a goal to nil, but still fighting and hoping at least they can get a goal in this game. And it's going to be a foul there. It's Aluja. It's been given a Every opportunity here. You can see the footwork there for Aluja. Push the team up front.
She's been really fantastic in that midfield, just showing great signs of composure, the ability to get on the one-on-ones. It's important for them to draw those much important set pieces in critical areas of the pitch.
You expect that to come from the team. It's still not over yet for them. They'll continue to fight and see if they'll be able to produce some stellar performances in the game. A lot of talking to be done in this game and see what this set piece will be producing. You're in the box waiting. The ball will be whipped in from the left foot or the right foot, but it's certainly going to be a left foot into the goal! What a goal! Oh my word! That is stunning! I can't believe this.
A well-taken set piece, leaving the Moroccans all stunned. I don't think anyone expected that they would go direct, but obviously the goalkeeper wasn't even expecting it. And this is the fighting power that Uganda have shown ever since they started in this tournament.
That is amazing strike there from the left full back. You could actually see this. Well bent to the top corner. And Uganda still fighting, and they are in the game. What a strike. This is certainly a goal of the tournament contender. Disappointment it is there from the goalkeeper of Morocco. Kumantale, what a strike. Oh, that's a major concern for Selma Amani, the Saint Malo France Ace player. She was born in Rabat, former French youth international. And so he has the first 45 minutes. It's been an exciting day in the office there for George Lutalo, whose side were able to respond quite well against the Moroccans. And so the halftime score remains Uganda 1, Morocco 1.
Africa, it's time to celebrate. It's time to see the beautiful game played by the queens of the continent. It's the Women's Africa Cup of Nations live in Morocco. See all the goals, all the exciting moments, all the action, and fall in love with the game all over again. Together, #we will. Catch the 2022 Women Africa Cup of Nations Morocco live on SABC Sport channels and SABC radio stations. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
Some do it for the game, others for the fame, a few for the trophy, and many for the memories. While most will play to become the best, there are those that will play for passion, crowds, victory, and simply for the love of the game. The Top 14 Rugby every Saturday on SABC Sport Channel on OpenView 124, SABC 2, SABC DTT, and also available on Telkom 1. Brought to you by SABC Sport.
For the love of the game.
The lights come on and flash.
What they need most of all, Jenny, is some luck.
And action got underway, but look at this card. It's a very different and challenging role.
Oh, Taylor's rolled!
indicated there. I think Uganda making sure that they remain in this competition and fight for their lives, and in no better way than a quality set piece.
Two of the fullbacks of the Crested Cranes already shown the yellow card. Sumaya Kumatele's yellow card, as well as Nakibuka were picked up after some clumsy tackles there. And so Nabweteme sets the scenes for us in the second 45 minutes already. It's going to be the Crested Cranes or the Moroccans who really want to find themselves away in Group A. We've talked about the Senegalese who have set sail in that group by expanding their point build-up with 2 wins for them, 6 points, and having 3 goals as well. And now it is going to be the fight of their lives for the Crested Cranes against the host team. And Morocco, meantime, they're still fighting, push forward, trying to see if they can get the opportunity going forward in the 18-yard area of the Crested Cranes. It's still the runs on the wide areas that's not being that productive for the left winger for the Moroccans, Fatima Tagnout.
It's always interesting in the second half to just see what kind of changes that the coaches will want to implement, especially in a tightly contested match as this one. Will they have enough firepower as well? That is the depth on the bench to have a greater influence.
A greater influence as they push forward. There is a man, chance it well, pretty excitement. A ball drilled into the box has been cut out. Again, you're seeing the ferocious runs there from the Moroccans as they try to always find a way to deal with the balls into the attacking area. And the right full-back has been doing her job pretty well. Anan Ait El Haj also plays the club football for Asfar, plays as a forward for the Spanish Segunda Division Pro Club Zaragoza, and she's playing as a right full-back, interestingly.
Interesting, but obviously there are certain players that will give you that bit of versatility in which the positions that they play, and I think this is no different then but to maximize on that ability.
Well, they have to take advantage of the attacking plays there. It is Rosila Nyani here, still trying to go pretty strong in the position half, looking for some bit of support. She does find one. Now the ball lifted to the part of Sani. She couldn't quite get to it.
I thought she started really well, just making sure that she gives you that spin to try and create that space for her, but obviously the ball just taking a dip and just getting out. But I think those are the kind of runs that they're hoping to have Hassani to really try and expose that left fullback.
A bit of a statement there by Ronaldo Pedros when he did talk about the fact that they are double stakes ahead, get the 3 points, which means they're going to qualify for the quarterfinals. And did indicate that he's not thinking it will be no surprise for them to have a good game. He also acknowledged the Ugandan side, but he did indicate that they're a good team and they have to focus on what they can do to play a good game and win against Uganda. Obviously, they are trying to find a way here. Hanan, the right full back. Interesting how she's been able to take time to hit the ball in. I tell you what, if you see the runs there from Ikwa Puts from attacking position to defend, tells you the strength and energy that she's really got here. Meantime, there's going to be some injury concern there for the right back, who's still down, right in pain. Meantime, Moroccans would have to move here with your back, lifting the ball to the far side again, looking for the run on the right left wing. And there it is, Anyal missing from close range. What a run it was there for Tagnout. Drew the ball into the 6-yard area, meeting the left foot of the attacking player, Roselia Anyani. Well, they were dealing with the situation of Anani, who was just down, but again, what a pass it was there from the captain, Chibak.
A defense splitting pass there from the captain, making sure that she locates Tagnout, who then gives that beautiful cross. But yet again, I'm just still concerned about the number of players that Morocco have in the box when they get those crosses in. They always seem to be looking for Ayane, but the likes of Amani also need to push in and add more numbers.
It's a good chance, and that's the injury concern there to the right back, Anani. Large.
Looks like she just got a slight elbow there to her chin, which can be a bit painful there on the jaws.
Yeah, some of them are being dealt with by the medical staff. This corner kick taking shot to the far post again. It's been defensively cleared. Comes the corner put. Number 10. It's a bit of a notch on the stomach there, so referee stops play. Well, the Moroccans were pretty abject on their second and last outing in the competition back in 2000, losing all 3 group games, conceding 13 goals, qualifying impressively enough to the competition. And so their first appearance back in South Africa wasn't really a good story for them, and so that's the reason they have to really make a lot of investment into this team in time. George Talu trying to ensure that he's able to motivate the girls to have a favourable response here. There's always going to be a talking point about the American side after the South African event in the year 2000. They have trended upwards thanks to the 4-year women's football development program. Again, you talk about clubs football's success of Aspa Football Club. They have been Moroccan and North African champions before they won bronze at the inaugural Total Energies Cup of Nations. That's the Champions League, I should say. 14 of their players currently playing here as the Aspa Football Club in Morocco.
I mean, one can't, overemphasize the importance of making sure that you have those structures set for players to compete in. I think it not only improves the local standards of football in the women's game, but it contributes to the quality that we see at the African Championships.
Well, number 10 with that quality pass there, trying to find the attacking prowess. Get to see the likes of playing a role though, but Najemba and Wampo's working hard. Asani again, willing to deal with the ball. And Wampo, ball taken away from her. Referee spotting a bit of an infringement there against the Americans. There's huge expectation there for the Atlas Lionesses here in this competition, having played 10 international games. 12 months, including some matches against some European teams. They played against Moldova and that of Malta as well. So they didn't really spend a lot of time only playing African teams, the likes of Mali and Gambia as well. But they had a chance to extend their performance outside, and so that's the tackle there on Ikwaput. And there's a very physical tackle that came in from the catch. Is expected to score some goals in this competition, but yet she's been able to do that. Sumaya, she'll sit into the middle, cleared. Well, the centre half pair of Rabi and El Chad seem to be working for their side. The first goal they've conceded in this competition, that's it, that's Rabi here on your shot.
The centre-back pairing has been phenomenal this evening. I think the great communication that they have, the ability as well to sort of avail themselves for the build-up at the back and confident in making sure they're keeping tabs on the front three from Uganda.
Just have a way of getting the balls into the position half and how they've been able to do that amazingly. It's quite exciting to see these Moroccan ladies stringing passes together effortlessly.
Tangut, I think the orchestra as well, just dominating much of that creativity, as the creative midfielder that she is.
had a shot accuracy of 100%, the Moroccans, so compared to 16% for the Ugandans. Meantime, the Moroccans will still push forward again with another ball into the box, collected by Arturo.
Moroccans just showing signs of frustration just with that final pass in the final third, which has been something that has been haunting them in the past 2 games. I think it's always just a matter of, if there is that kind of frustration, you look to the midfielders to calm the ball down, rotate it a bit better, but obviously get a bit of speed. And I think Tangut is one of those players that just really give you that speed in that ball rotation.
The ball is sent back by the centre back. The 21 Shet, Yasmin Amrabet. Another ball taken away. It goes back to the back line, and Nasreen Echard. And she plays for Saint Etienne in France. Echard spotted the 5 Shet. Good run into great space, and this could be Morocco looking to get a goal, but Arturo again at the right place at the right time to get it done. See plenty of the ball on the left wing there. Fatima, but again, the final delivery hasn't really been exciting for the Moroccans watching the game.
It's always just that final pass that's letting the Moroccans down. They do everything so well, getting out of tight positions, getting those combination plays, angles as well to their play. Just failing in the final third to get the crucial pass into the back of the net.
Number 10 again also giving the ball away. Here comes Sani. Put the ball at the right side of Brasilia Nyane. It will put here for Uganda. Ball cleared inside by Sumaya. And now it is going to be Kivumbi looking to get some pace on the ball with Najema also coming in. Yet again, another clumsy tackle. Decision going in favour of Uganda as well. We've seen shots inside the 18-yard box. We've seen one apiece for each other. The catch complaining bitterly to the referee.
Uganda just showing their physical prowess in that central midfield and winning some much tight battles. And I can't imagine what it must feel like on the body. It must be quite brutal.
Well, you look out to Lodi Nakac, who also plays the club football in Switzerland, signed from Dijon last year, French-born Moroccan, last played in the match against Ghana in April. Listening to the referee, just trying to the game right early there. So, and Yunam is trying to stamp authority in the game. The Togolese official. I already see the threat there when it comes to set pieces, and just talked about the Switzerland-based player there for the Moroccans, Nakac. Again, would have to deal with this one, sends it to the far post, and again it's had to be dealt with, but corner kick advantage to the Crested Cranes, and now pushing forward and pushing the Moroccans, and was dealt with by the centre back Amrabet, 21 Shet, also Madrid born to a Moroccan father and an English mother, former Spain and a 19 international represented them at the 2018 UEFA Women's Under 19 Championship. Former Madrid, CFF, and the Rayo Vallecano. Made a debut for Morocco in November 2021 as a starter in a 2-0 friendly win against Senegal. And now the centre back trying to hold things for the side. And it's going to be the Crested Cranes looking to hit this one. And the whistle did not go, and so advantage for the Crested Cranes as they hit the ball into the box. And yet again, it's just eluding almost everybody. And just appealing to the referee. Not too sure what the decision is. It's going to be a final call that'll be coming in. Again, I tell you what, it was Kivumbi in the box who really had to send that one in, and the Crested Cranes are showing glimpses of a team that is really fighting to ensure that they continue to stay in the competition. I told you it's going to be a resuscitating operation for the Crested Cranes, and they need to breathe heavily in this group, and this ball whipped in. But of course, a huge havoc there for the Moroccans.
Moroccan goalkeeper just not really convincing in that regard, and trying to clear her lines, but obviously you'd count on the defenders as well. But then Jimba really trying her luck to try and draw the referee's attention for a foul that was drawn in the penalty.
Could be a substitution there for the Moroccans with the introduction of Sana Sudi. So in the 18th shirt, Sana Sudi, Casablanca-born, had a hat-trick against Rivers Angels of Nigeria in the opening match of the group stages of the CAF Women's Champions League in November last year. As Asma finished third before then, she made a splash on debut in the 2020 UNAF Women's Tournament success in Tunisia, where she scored twice, and she comes in to replace Salma Amani.
I think that would have been the absolute right substitution for Morocco at this point in time, because I think bringing on Msaudi there with her creativity, individual brilliance as well, she can certainly link play, especially with Tangnut, who I think they play in the same team at club level. They always really give great power, and I think she would be one to complement not only Tangnut but Ayana as well.
Interestingly, Salma Amani spent 18 years playing in France. Also French citizenship. Was hoping to do better. Meantime, they be pulled through here. It is going to be the Sudi just pushing through. And the first attempt here, giving the side a corner kick. And that is what she brings to the table.
That's what she brings to the table, her ability to take on defenders one-on-one with the kind of skill that she has and the trickery in her feet. I think she's one to try and bring a bit of coordination in the final third, especially where the final pass is concerned.
Chance now, ball will be sent in here as a shot comes out. Turos spills it and still fighting and seeing if they can really connect for another goal there for the Moroccans. Arturo wasn't convincing dealing with that ball. Still the Atlas Lionesses again, they're still finding some space. Saudi here drops it back again. Another ball will have to be whipped into the box. Yane in there, and Sumaya calmly dealing with the situation again. It's going to be another try from long way out, and a catch with that effort.
The catch really just trying to catch the goalkeeper unawares, but that one will not trouble Arturo at this point in time. But this is the aggression that you want to see from the Moroccans taking their chances.
Sumaya giving the ball to Asani. I've been pretty much impressed with the work rate of Najemba. Again, her ball's been taken away from her. Meantime, ball have to be sent to the left-hand side again. It's been another convincing of deliveries or clearance. Nakibuka struggling. Chebak. Saudi here turns well, and she has been fouled. She struggled in the game there. Nabeya. She's playing the pivotal role in the game there, sitting right in front of the back for Nabeya. Advantage given. Moroccans winning the ball back again, ball sent into the far side. Best of control. And Namirumu, so trying to find some space. We've seen 5 touches in the position box there from the Moroccans, as against 3 from the Ugandans, and final third entries. The Ugandans have really improved in that area. 42 of those touches have come in the final third of the Moroccans, as against 33 for the Moroccans in the Ugandan area. So there's going to be improvement in the attacking play for the Crested Cranes, having to see plenty of the balls in the half of Morocco.
I think the greatest thing about football, it allows you an opportunity to do better the next game, and I certainly think that after their first opening match, they did go back to the drawing board to really re-emphasize on their strengths and just the power that they have up front with the speed of Njumba, Kibumbi as well in that number 9 role, but maybe just also reinforcing the likes of Naluja, who are in midfield creating those goal-scoring opportunities.
Tell you what, two players who did not feature in this game, Udaya Nakayezi and Asifa Nasuna, just gave a big shout when Sumaya got the ball in the back of the net. They're excited and watching the game in the team's hotel, and the excitement will be seen from the message they've sent out to friends back home. The first goal here in Morocco. Meantime, it is Taknut searching for it. Showing strength on the back and putting the balls there. Quality pass there. Sani couldn't quite deal with the situation. Yanni, he's pushed down. Crested Cranes using energy, accepting almost everything into the game and winning almost all the 50-50 balls. Here comes Nan. It's going to be a free kick here for the last line. It's just exploded from the fans who are excited about the performance. It's going to be substitution here for Fatima Taknut. It's going to make way for Iman Saoud. And Iman Saoud is based in Belgium. She plays the club football for Basel, Switzerland. Saoud started the first game against Burkina Faso, Casablanca Port, formerly played in France. And debut was back in a 3-0 win friendly against Mali on the 10th of June 2021. And the place was taken in today's game by Asani, and now she gets the chance to play a role in the game. Man Saoud.
Coach Reynard now really unleashing all the firepower that he has on the bench, and this sort of emphasizes the importance and the sense of urgency that he wants to have in these early stages of the game in the second half.
Chibat ball in, and this could be an opportunity, and they have it done. They simply would have to do it again. I tell you what, you can simply look at the effort there from the Moroccans, and they have to prove that they are in to stay. And they have scored. Renard Pedro's team excited, fans excited. The message is clear.
The message is absolutely clear. Yet again, the captain, the set-piece master, just floats a brilliant ball into the box that was just asking for someone to just connect. And a brilliant touch to give Morocco the advantage. Beautiful touch. Well cushioned. Goalkeeper had no chance.
Nazreen Elchal, the centre-back who plays the club football for Saint-Etienne in France, and scores a beautiful goal there for the team. Again, is a set-piece expert in the side of the captain, and she was able to deliver expertly for them. Time now for the Crested Cranes now to respond with a substitution here. Viola Nambi, who again was a starter in the defeat to Senegal. Now gets a chance to replace Kivumbi, who's had a very quiet day in the office once again in today's game. And I tell you what, Chad's goal will be celebrated here in Morocco.
It will definitely be celebrated here in Morocco, but a great sense of relief from the coach. Just that his girls are now, having that advantage, but also the matter in which is at hand, putting the necessary pressure on Senegal.
Ekwa put here another ball into the box, looking for some response, and whatever gives the ball away. It's going to be a long way out now. Bumba. It's a huge one into the attacking area of the Moroccans. Very excited to have gotten a goal there for the side, Chad. Attacking midfielder got them the first goal against Burkina Faso. The captain, Chebak. And then the centre forward was able to get them a goal today, and the centre back also getting them a goal. 3 different set of players in different positions getting the goals there for the Moroccans in this competition.
I think that just emphasizes how well-rounded this Moroccan team is. Individual brilliance up front, but also quite solid where midfield is concerned. And you look at your centre backs to give you or get you those much important goals.
Saudi, poor decision from her. A Chad chasing the ball and gets it to safety. Well, Nasreen El Chad is just 19 years of age. It's important the goal is being celebrated. I tell you what, she was born a year after South Africa hosted the event. 3 years after South Africa hosted the WAFCON. And now she's competing heavily in this competition back home, and she's got a goal for that.
Very much well rewarded for her abilities, but I think for me to compliment such a young player, to have the presence of mind, to hold her nerve, and to show such great quality in front of goal.
Well, a bit of a tempest flaring up here. I'm not too sure what the decision is. In fact, there's a foul there, and the hugely experienced centre-back seemed to disagree with Tenyunam on the foul that got against the Moroccans.
Moroccans really need to be cautious in which they try and you know, clear their lines, because obviously the threat is evident from Uganda in the manner in which they executed their set piece in the first half.
And that'll be a huge one for goalkeeper Khadija Michi. Well, they'll just allow the ball to be delivered by Aluja, and this time is well collected by Khadija. Nabweteme was the one who just went in for the ball there, and Aluja just dropping it down for Nabweteme, and she went in with a power. It's a low ball there, which of course was being collected by the goalkeeper. We have a problem dealing with it.
The central midfielder will be really disappointed in an attempt at just not maybe possibly having the necessary power to threaten the goalkeeper.
We are into the 73rd minute already. The lights are out there, but the fans are switching the phones light to indicate the excitement and hoping this team can still stay and win handsomely. They're already leading by 2-1 against the Crested Cranes of Uganda. Well, these are the moments where you have your coaches having some words there and trying to pep the team up. Arturo indicated the press conference that the Crested Cranes are a team. They played under very huge crowds, like when they played in the CAF Championship, and says the team can contain the pressure and they're not scared of anything because Morocco is a good team, they know that, but they definitely are not going to reel under any pressure. And of course the fans are showing that, trying to intimidate them, but the Crested Cranes want to stand tall and say that they can still fight and still in this competition. Adani trying to take on Namirimu, says it to Saudi. Oh, lovely excellent footwork there, but again, it is Arturo who's going to deal with it. And just as Arturo indicated, the team was going to play their own game and they're going to be under any pressure. And she's not under any pressure, but she's gone down.
She's gone down. Just a silly little kick there from Ayana, just making her presence felt in that box. But great skill yet again. This is what Msadi brings to the table with a brilliant cross, but not threatening to Arturo. But yet again, she has to just lift her head and find and connect a good pass to a teammate.
Moment. Again, the Moroccans still piling some of the pressure here, pushing the team to move forward. Be exciting how this group will be engaging each other, with Senegal really looking at their performance, and the Senegalese will see their game here against the Moroccans as one of the games that they want everybody to enjoy. Again, it's going to be Namirimu with that clearance.
Great intricate passing there from the Moroccans, just really trying to thread the ball through, finding those passing lines and creating those passing lines and opening up in those triangles, which is quite important, which complements their style of play.
Now they go again, and they do it so beautifully. Hanani here sets it pretty low. Anyani with that little bit of a hit on that ball. Didn't quite get the energy and the impact she was looking for. Again, he has the right full back racing down the right flank and getting the ball into the danger zones. Ikra put here, trying to pick up Anani. Goes in, right-footed one, goes to ground. Now the Moroccans trying to hit the balls on balls towards safety, not trying to put themselves in any awkward position. Ikra put it out to make way and last attempt in the game. She's going to allow Juanita Tambazi. Here comes Juanita Mbambazi, who's going to make her way into this game. Juanita plays the club football for Reigns Women's Football Club in Uganda. She's a forward player as well, so a like-for-like replacement.
A like-for-like replacement, the coach really trying to reinforce where the attack is concerned. A bit of fresh legs, maybe to bring in those runs and maybe even to contribute to those goal-scoring opportunities.
Yanni has been released here as she tries to win this ball, but the Sumaya finally clears. Interesting decision there from the referee. She allowed the first foul to just go there, but Kumentale should be very careful. She's already on a yellow card, and she went in nudging on this particular tackle. It's the extension of the arm on the face there of Anyani. Again, there's a There's a run on the right hand side there, which of course Anyani couldn't quite direct his effort. Well, so that's the goal there from the centre back. An excellent strike, and of course she was able to deal with it. Nazreen Chad. So you talked about the forward player Juanita in Mbembazi, 23 years of age, and a player who resides in Wakiso in Uganda. Has to play a part in the game. Well, there's going to be a talk there. I did indicate to you already that Kumantale should be very careful. She's already on a yellow card.
But Ben, I think this one we can argue a bit. I don't think she had any intention. She was concentrating on the ball, and it's always just the movement of the hand that really caught Ayani in the face.
So that's the situation here, that she was protecting. Was it intentional?
Do you think she was away?
Well, with 10 minutes to go, it's a decision the VAR would have to give to everybody.
Absolutely.
Interesting decision there from the VAR. We've had referees consulting the VAR and making sure that they get the decision right. Sometimes when they overlook those areas, they are able to get the return on that. And Enyanam here goes in, not to, again, looking for the decision that will be coming in from Enyanam. And she talks about the VAR, Enyanam signals to the spot. I did tell you that she's already on a yellow card, and it's interesting, the red card would have to come out and second player in the competition to be booked. Well, again, it's a decision that's going to be contested, I'm sure. And, Amanda just really looking at the decision there from the Togolese official and what was said at the VAR room to her. It's interesting.
I'm pretty stunned. I'm very, very stunned. I think the confusion for me then is, was she aware or was she not aware? But the reaction from the referee and the action where it took place was inside the penalty spot. Do you then double punish a yellow card, because she was already on a yellow card, to get the red card and award a penalty at the same time? And I think these are some of the rules that, you know, we have to all familiarize ourselves with.
From a hero to a villain now. She scored a goal which was well celebrated back home in Uganda by Fort Port City residents, and now she is going to take an early shower for the red card, a second yellow card, and an offence which has resulted in a penalty to the host, the Moroccans. And this time you expect the set piece supremo Shabaku is going to have a second goal in the competition. That is if she's able to dispatch home beautifully the second penalty in this game for Morocco. First was dispatched by Nyani. Second is going to be dispatched here by Shabak, and she makes it 2. At least she's got 2 goals in the competition, but 3-1 it is here for the Atlas Lionesses of Morocco, and certainly done and dusted for them. With just 7 minutes plus at a time, the Crested Cranes have their faces crestfallen because they are down again.
Well taken penalty there by the captain, who steps up confidently enough to just cement the Moroccans' domination this evening.
Gislan Jebak scored 4 goals back in 2020. She's maintained a prolific form at the club level as she was part of the ASFA's 3rd place finish at the Women's Champions League and retained the Moroccan domestic title with 6 goals since her debut in 2018. The Delta of Moroccan legend Labi Jebak, she definitely was expected to be a huge part in this competition, and she has. Her dad was part of the Moroccan team back in the 70s, and the daughter is showing that same rich vein of form that runs through the family when it comes to football here in Morocco.
And if it's in the blood, it's in the blood, it's in the veins.
Never will be taken away by anyone.
Talented footballer, all-rounded footballer, great leader on the park as well. And I think she deserves the kind of accolades that are yet to come for her because just of the dedication and leadership she has shown in this
We
team.
say like father, like daughter, is it?
Yeah, at this point in time, it's 2022. Or can we just say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree?
Absolutely. And here comes Saudi. And this time it will be collected beautifully there by Turo. Well, the fans left the stands with a win against Burkina Faso, and now they're going to leave and get home and be excited. Well, there could be the fault here. Saudi just couldn't wriggle their way through. Shabak will pick the pieces up here for the Moroccans. Down by the dismissal of Sumaya. Well, the Crested Cranes still fighting hard to at least maintain a respectable scoreline and not get hammered. Well, that omission there with 4 minutes to go here. It's been a difficult time there for the side. The Crested Cranes have come in. They have conceded 5 goals in the competition so far in 2 games. They've scored 1. And interestingly and disappointingly, the player who scored the only goal in the competition, at least in 2 games, it's to take an early shower.
It is indeed quite disappointing for Uganda, but I do feel that they have something to work on. They've shown great character and courage in these opening 2 games of the tournament.
Nyani is making way. She's exiting after getting the goal for the side. Nyani, and the position will be taken over by a player spotted the 9 shirts. John Badri comes in to take on the catch. Intention as well.
Both Nakach and Ayane have really worked their socks off this evening. Certainly deserve to rest their legs a bit just to freshen up for the next encounter. But brilliant, brilliant display of football.
Good one, and Badri also plays for us for club here in Morocco. Then Tradi, who also plays for Asfat Leisure, 4th Golden Boot in the Moroccan top flight this season with 32 goals, and has won the Moroccan Women's Championship 9 times, including the last 7 in succession, and the Moroccan Women's Throne Cup 8 times with Asfat. Interestingly, she's not a starter in the game there.
That just goes to show the kind of quality that this team has, and hopefully they want to make sure that they use their ammunition quite well as the tournament progresses, because every player has a role to play in this sort of competition.
Well, interesting again, it is Tradi who scored 32 goals and won the 4th Golden Boot award. It's not a starter in the Moroccan side. And again, look at the time she's actually coming in to make a play a part in the competition. Like indicated, it shows the quality the team has, but again, it means that in the final game she could also be a starter and perhaps prove a point to the fans why she has to be a regular starter in the team.
No, absolutely. I think you also look at the kind of quality that Ayana brings into that starting 11, and I think the coach will always have sleepless nights in deciding who gets to start. But yet again, it's just that quality that comes through.
Saudi here goes to ground for the challenge. The tackle from behind. A bit of frustration there for the Crested Cranes and committing some fouls there just in the danger zones. And it's Nabaye, which is kicked in Morocco. A very advantageous position with the set piece now to be taken.
an unnecessary set piece to be conceding at this time of the game. And I think Uganda have really done well to try and remain compact throughout the 90 minutes, and now just really giving it away through frustration, where this is now the time where they should be making sure that they are a defensive unit, really trying to stay and try and remain stabilized to keep the Moroccans at bay.
You don't want to give the set piece to Primo, who's already on the goal there after getting a penalty there for the side. An opportunity once again to hit this one and scored one against Burkina Faso. Chebak, and she just stands ready for this one as we go into added time. It is Chebak here, set piece specialist for the Moroccan side. Chebak wants going, and Chebak against the wall. And this time the crested cranes will have to deal with it. We're doing 3 minutes of additional time as the game is just about being wrapped up. And so this time it goes over the head of the centre forward, Tissam Girardi.
Girardi there with a great movement, just really anticipating that pass, but doesn't really quite get to it first. Just bounces way ahead of her.
It's been a huge relief for her to get a goal back here, controlling things, and it's just been of the sleek, quick feet of Chebak that's exciting most everybody watching the game. She's really been in control of her team, dictating the pace in midfield and leading the attack. She's the one person who's just like the single symphony orchestra leading the team there to make sure they put forward and get the goals there.
Oh, absolutely. She's just taking charge of that midfield, marshalling everything that is going on in that engine room, just making sure that she provides cover of the front attacking three, but also links up play from the defenders all the way up through to the strikers.
When she gets her notes right, the rhythm is always going to flow for the side, the Moroccans, and that's exactly what she's been doing. And that's where you see the fans roaring and showing the signs of appreciation when time they see the Chebak move up front.
It's respect. It's respect all around.
Good control to Sam here, drops it down beautifully. And this is the Moroccan side looking for another one. To Sam just arriving late there. Seconds away to win the game, and the yellow card once again comes out, this time to the substitute who just was introduced into the game early on, that's Najat Badri. Ended the game pretty shortly. Lovely there from Saudi Chebak here. Well, so this is the story, and this is how it was told here in Morocco for the Crested Cranes. They came fighting and fighting. They came looking to be resuscitated, but they couldn't breathe heavily. George Lutoya tried almost everything to get the team up there on their feet in the group. And so Senegal and Morocco, an interesting bit about the two teams. They've been working hard. They have the same point, the same goal difference there. It finished here, Uganda 1, Morocco 3. Well, they'll be excited and they'll be celebrating. The Senegalese have had to score 3 goals in the competition plus 6 points. And then it is the Moroccans who have scored 4 goals. They scored 1 and now they've scored 3. They conceded 1. And so they have 6 points plus 3 goals. Same with the Senegalese. And so setting up another exciting, explosive game against the Senegalese in this particular group. But for the Crested Cranes, they have a date with Burkina Faso.